It's a rivalry that has been established since the two characters got on screen. Also, it is a question that was never fully addressed in the movie and has largely been up to the whims of fans to decide whether it would be the Caped Crusader or the Kryptonian that would come out on top. The characters of Superman and Batman were the first to arrive on the action comic book scene, with the former appearing in a 1938 edition of Action Comics. Superman lived up to his epithet and was every bit the hero that fans imagined, a striking portrayal of what Hercules' strength and Achilles' indestructibility could look like if they were superimposed on the same character. Due to the preliminary success of the superhero genre, Bob Kane, an American comic book writer, came up with the idea of Batman, a hero that was more down to earth and relied more on his physical strength and technology to dispatch his foes. Think of him as a cross between Sherlock Holmes and Zorro. These two characters hold up very well in their domain today, but we address the age-old question: if these two comic book heroes do come to blows, who would come out on top? We will assess their weapon, abilities, tactics, and armor to finally settle the dispute that has been argued about in comic shops and on the internet for years. Before we dive into the battle, here are some presuppositions. The two of them would face off against each other one-on-one, and they would not receive help from any other character. No Robins, no Lois Lane, none of that. And of course, we are going to assume that Batman gets prep time. With those in place, I'm going to give you guys the definitive answer. First then, I'm going to explain my reasoning from examples in the comics. Now, being completely unbiased, unprejudiced and fair, the winner would have to be Superman. And I know that a bunch of die-hard Batman fans are going to say that's nonsense. Batman is a master tactician and can outsmart Superman, or he would use kryptonite or a mech suit like he did in the movie. Yes, these are all fair points, but we have to realize one of Batman's major limitations. Unlike Superman, he is just a man. Yes, Batman is known to be tenacious and famous for always finding a way to beat his foes, 99% of the time, but even he has limits. I mean, if you think about it, Bane is not anywhere near as strong as Superman, and he broke Batman's back in a fight, so just imagine what Superman could do. Before we delve further into the case, let's discuss some of Batman's powers. Batman is the world's greatest detective and a master strategist. He has an IQ of what some would estimate to be around 178. To put that into perspective, Einstein's IQ was estimated to be around 160. He has received training in all known forms of martial arts, and that too from the absolute best. He is well versed in the use of many handheld weapons, everything from swords to knives to staffs, and despite his aversion to guns, he is known to be a proficient marksman and knows his way around a lot of firearms. Let's not forget that Batman has the added benefit of using the Wayne fortune to tilt the odds in his favor as much as he can. For that reason, he developed some of the most sophisticated gadgets to aid him in combat. Traversal and stealth. He is a man respected even among gods. Superman, on the other hand, has super speed, but comes up just a little bit short against the Flash. His super strength has really never had any defined limits in the comics, the most impressive of which was being able to lift and move entire planets. Also, some powers he gets as a result of the Earth's yellow sun. These include his agility, his ability to fly, laser vision and super breath and so on. He also has impenetrable skin, hence the nickname Man of Steel. Now, looking at these stats alone, it's pretty clear that Superman could beat Batman every time they came to blows. But this conclusion is also heavily influenced by the comics. In the comics in which the two did come to blows, it was very clear that Superman was dominating the fight. Take, for example, Superman's Sacrifice. In it, Superman, while under mind control, pummels Batman to the point that he was hospitalized and in very critical condition. Then you have the storyline Lex Luthor, Man of Steel, in which Superman defeats a kryptonite-armed Batman by using his super breath to push him off a building, then fly him up and drop him down, knocking him out. And before Batman fans come at me for glorifying Superman, I want to remind you that the only time Batman has been able to beat Superman was when he had a bit of help. Take, for example, the Dark Knight Returns storyline, which was a major inspiration for the 2016 Batman v Superman movie. In it, Batman uses a mechanical robot to deal some substantial damage to Superman with each blow and reduce the impact of Superman's punches. But let's not forget, Bruce had a little help from Oliver Queen, who he instructed to shoot Superman with a kryptonite arrow at a certain stage during their fight. So Batman does not beat Superman fair and square. Taking help from other characters disqualifies him. It is safe to say that with all things considered, there is no way Batman could definitely beat Superman in a fair fight, even with prep time. That might seem a bit underwhelming, but let's not forget that a good part of what makes Batman such a relatable character is the fact that he is human and that, like us, he gets beaten. So I say it's time to give the Caped Crusader some respect by acknowledging that there are some things even he can't do. Of course, guys, all of this was just my opinion, and if you feel otherwise, let me know why in the comments below. Like the video if you found it interesting, and for more content like this, subscribe to KRTV.